broadcast in a couple days, but Sunday today. It's Art Basel in Miami, and I failed to take advantage of the opportunity. This is probably if you compare it to Fashion Week in Milan, it's a larger kind of celebration, festival, art show. Anyway, so in Miami we have been gassed. The past few months we continue to be fumigated, and I'm using these brash words because the evidence is there at stopspraying.org. Currently, trucks at about 2 a.m. spray duet in the streets. I've got it on tape. And a couple months ago, of course, the big news was the nailed spraying, which is in itself, it's kind of like, it's like guys, wake up. It's like I know this stuff seems real, like your government seems real, like your media seems real. You turn on NBC, Fox, it all seems real, right? They all have a little different view of what's happening in the world, but they're all being manipulated. And I'm not some sort of a theorist in that sense. This is just, I've connected all the dots. I've lined them up. Look, Rockefeller owns the patent on Zika. It was discovered in the Uganda forest by a scientist funded by the Rockefeller Institute. It's never caused microcephaly. There's never been any direct link showing that it causes microcephaly. That is without microcephaly cases coming from areas that had been exposed to insecticides and chemicals. Taking into consideration Recife, Brazil. Case after case of microcephaly. Yet they were fumigated with pyroprexifene, a sumitomo chemical, highly toxic, like the nailed that was here, like the nailed that's banned in the EU, that was turned away by Puerto Rico, but somehow was permitted to be sprayed in Miami Beach. Look, it's not just nailed. I'm throwing up a slide there that you'll see that shows that since the 1940s, asthma cases. Asthma cases. I was thinking possibly autism, but I don't have that number. But asthma cases, oh boy, have dramatically increased, 18 times the likelihood than what it was in the 1940s, and that's alarming. That's just alarming. Excuse me. For some reason, I'm getting these two words, even though they're very different in nature. It may have been autism. I'll throw the slide up there. Whatever it is, it's an ailment to the human being as a result of chemical exposure to chemicals, insecticides, pesticides, and they're all petroleum-based, guys. That's why you watch some of my previous videos, you will hear me hound on the Federal Reserve. It's non-constitutional, Article 1, Section 8, okay? It was never designed by Alexander Hamilton, certainly opposed by Thomas Jefferson. You're in 2016, you're not that far removed from these people. You think that, these are ancient history, these founding fathers. No, what's ancient history are like the Egyptians. What's ancient history are the evolution of man, okay? What's ancient history is the creation of this world. That's ancient history. There's different interpretations of ancient history, but your founding fathers only a couple hundred years, 250 years ago, 260, not that far away. Okay, that's not that long ago. So the Federal Reserve is a organization of international banks, and I'm sure within those international banks there's some opposition one against the other, but nonetheless that collection of corporate banks and corporations are running the elections in this country? Absolutely. Now, there might be some justification as to your qualification as a voter. Does your vote count? There might be. Okay. So was it up to the general public or what turned out to be electoral college to put Clinton or Trump in place? Okay, there might be some justification behind that, but regardless, whoever gets in that office is reporting to who's paying the bills for Uncle Sam. Because remember, guys, we are, what is it, $14-15 trillion in debt? And I say we as the United States of America. There is a debt in this country. So who is that debt owed to? The Federal Reserve. Who is the Federal Reserve? They're not a government agency. Are there members of the Federal Reserve that are Americans? I'm sure there are, of course. What's the percentage? I don't know. All right. But that Federal Reserve is a non-governmental organization, and you are in debt. We are in debt to them because of, in large part, because of wars, right? And then I'm going to allow a crop duster to buzz over my head, to spray me with an insecticide that is known, Cornell, Oslo, known to cause microcephaly. And on the other hand, I'm going to get a county mayor to tell me that Zika is causing microcephaly, CDC as well, regardless of the agency. That Zika causes microcephaly? No, there's no science that shows Zika causes microcephaly. Zero, none. It doesn't exist. But there is science that shows that these chemicals are causing microcephaly. So we've got a problem here. We've got a major problem, and the only way to turn it, the only way. I mean, look, I suggested staging a protest at the local airport here. I was told that I'd be charged as a terrorist, a felony. What? I can't organize a peaceful protest against a known toxic chemical, regardless of the amount. It's a toxic chemical. All right. We've got major problems then, right? Because that's a violation of my rights as a human being. Throw out the Constitution. My inherent rights as a human being, right? As a member of this race that we all breathe this air, one another, we all share the land, okay? None of us created it. Those are our inherent rights. So throw your Constitution out. Yeah, it's a big deal, and I'm making a big deal about it. I'm trying to make a big deal about it because it's across the country, it's across the globe. There's chemtrails, there's major problems with these chemicals, this petroleum industry that runs the global economy, that is manipulated and owned by the Federal Reserve. All right? They want the human population to use and burn as much oil as possible as they get wealthier. Okay, so Art Basel. Art's a great thing. Great, wonderful, creative outlet. Support it. And if you're in Miami, enjoy Miami. And if you're not, go to stopspraying.org. Even if you're in Miami, wherever you are, go to stopspraying.org. Support it. Donate to it. Get this word out. Get the word out, guys. Countdown here. Okay? Like Dave Mustaine says, if you know who that is. Countdown to extinction. That's where we're at. Unless we change course rapidly. All right, later. Go do something great for somebody today. See you later.
Okay, here's the truck. It's parked right there. Try to get close to it. There it is. So what's that guy spraying? Right there. What's that guy spraying? What's that guy spraying? Alright, what is that guy spraying? That's the question. I can smell it. I smell it right now. Seems that he may have stopped. He's going up again. Yeah. What's that guy spraying? It's November the 29th. There he goes, turns. See if he comes back. Just have a look at this. See if he comes back down here. He might. Yep, there he is. He's gonna turn. Yep, there we go. There we go. Get a good look at this. Clark. Miami-Dade County, Clark. Stop spraying Clark. What the hell is that guy spraying? That's what we want to know. What is that guy spraying? Making no bones about it. There he goes. Well, I can certainly smell it. Why is he spraying at midnight? It's about 1:48. About 2 o'clock. Why is he spraying this hour? Again, I can hear this truck every couple days. What is coming out of that canister? That's the only question I have. Is this the Zika? What is this? Is this the Dibrom? I knew the crop duster was flying. I heard that. That's pretty cool. Maybe that's a mosquito catcher there. Whatever that guy's spraying, I can see it, and I can certainly smell it. Clark. What is it? C-L-A-R-K-E. Is that what it is? Just go to the end here. Yeah, I can definitely smell it. I think hang on down into South Point at this point. But certainly got a good look at the truck, and certainly saw a insecticide of some sort coming out of the canister that was mounted on the back.